Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and it's time for another video. Today, I've got another set of pins for you. These are another set of bolt action pins. I really like these. They are the Urban Survival Gear TiScribe-Mini V2s in copper, brass, and titanium. So we're going to talk about these, show you what all is going on with these pins right here, and why I like them so much. So with that said, let's do the damn thing. So here we are with the Urban Survival Gear TiScribe-Mini. So you may be familiar with Urban Survival Gear because they make this pin. This is the original, the OG Urban Survival Gear pin. This is my buddy Rick's. He let me borrow it for this video, and I think this was actually before the original launch of this pin. So this is real old school. But these are the latest version. So this is the version 2 in the mini variant, and that's what's so new here is the mini size. So these are 25% smaller than the current pin, and I don't know if this is the same size as that, but these are 25% shorter and they're about 10% lighter. Your overall length on these pins is 4.77 inches. Your diameter is 0.375 inches. The other thing with the V2s is that the logo is going to be lasered on the clip. But what's so different about the TiScribe than other bolt actions, like say the tactile turn bolt action short here, where your bolt is actuated separate from the clip. On your TiScribes, the bolt action is the clip. For starters, it's harder to actuate a bolt action when it's in your pocket than it is a click pin. A click pin, you just sit down and you could actually open it in your pocket, whereas a bolt action requires a little more deliberate movement. But if it's also the clip, it's going to be much harder because you have upward force on the bolt if it's clipped to anything. So it's a very clever design, very clever, and I am a big fan of it. But like I said, you have the logo lasered on the clip. The clip itself is titanium. The bolt and the pin tubes are titanium. And because of that, these do have a little bit of a break-in period. When I first got them, they were really gritty, to be completely honest, and they take a little bit of working them to get them to be really smooth, and once they are buttery smooth. And to help speed that process along, they're actually coated with a black graphite powder as a dry lubricant. Once you sit there, I think it took me about, I don't know, a couple of hours of really just sitting there with it and fidgeting, which is hard not to do when you get one of these anyway. And it's just buttery smooth. The titanium is probably the smoothest now because I've used it the most. I'm just sitting at my desk and doing this constantly. The copper is next, and then the brass next. I've used this one probably the least. These two are very well patinaed. When they come in, they're not really patinaed. Yours may. When these come in, they actually have this pretty neat packaging here. This nested plastic tube. It's got some instructions on it, and on the back, what I was talking about, it says brass/copper may patina when in transit. And that's because they're not vacuum sealed, and that's okay. You want it to patina anyway, so I think really they're helping you out. I know it's really nice to open a brand new piece of copper and it not be patinaed at all, but also, I mean, you just want it to patina anyway, so I'm not really upset if it does come patinaed. But you can actually see right along this cap line where there's a difference in patina, and right here in the grip area where they have these flutes that are not patinaed at all. Same goes for the brass. The brass doesn't probably show up as well on camera, but it has patinaed about as much as the copper one as well. And one more thing to note, since the clip is the actuator or the bolt, you might think that the clip is going to actually scratch up the body of the pin, but there is just the tiniest of gap between the clip and the body of the pin, and that is because you actuate from the top of the clip, and if you do that, it won't scratch the body. It's a genius design. Kelvin is really good at what he does. He has really, truly refined these, and they are really nice. Inside these pins, you actually typically will get a Schmidt Easy Flow 9000 insert, but my favorite insert is the Schneider Gelion 39, which a lot of people don't know about. It's almost like a G2 Mini. This is what Big Idea Design uses in all their pins. You can also use, if I can get this out of here, a Fisher Space Pin bullet insert, but you have to, when you buy it, it has a little plastic adapter or spacer. You will need that for that to work in this pin, but it can work if you are a fan. Of course, the Parker Jotter insert or refill will also work in this pen without a hitch. Anything Parker styled or Schmidt Easy Flow, Schneider Gelion, anything in that realm will fit without a problem. However, if your preferred refill is the G2 Mini, you will have to purchase an adapter kit for it. Urban Survival Gear sells that kit on their website for $14.99. And that's basically all you need to know about the Ti-Scribe Minis other than price and weight, because that's the only thing that's really going to differ between these. So your titanium is the lightest at 0.7 ounces. The copper is the heaviest at 1.1 ounces, and the brass is right in the middle at 1.05 ounces. So they're all really quite lightweight, especially after handling something like this bronzed tactile turn. This pen is much thicker. The material, the stock is much, much thicker. It's just a beefier, heavier pen. And when you compare that to the brass or the copper Ti-Scribe, you can feel it. And there is something to be said for a really hefty, sturdy pen. But I have to say, I really, really like these thin, narrow body pens. I wasn't a huge fan of it before, but I've started carrying pens and pen loops, and these fit so much better. So this is shorter and narrower than the tactile turn pens, and because of that, these fit in so many more organizers. I have the proper slip, the belt loop proper slip from Hitch and Timber. This is a perfect fit for that. It's a perfect fit for the Yellow Birch Outfitters pocket organizer. It's a perfect fit for the Urban organizer from Urban EDC Supply. This fits many, many, many different pin loops, and it's not going to stretch it out. Where this one is going to stretch it out a little bit. It still fits, but these are just a better fit for those EDC organizer sort of things. And to show you what I mean, one of the most used, obviously the most used pin for that is a Fisher Space Pen. I sort of forgot that at home. The Rick Hinderer Investigator Pen is probably the next size up from the Fisher Space Pen. It's just as narrow, just a little longer with a clip. And you can see that these are very close in diameter to the Hinderer, but it is just a little bit longer. Not a ton. The Hinderer is also a deeper carry. Really not a big difference, but I'm just showing you that this works really well in a ton of organizers. So too will the Ti-Scribe Mini. And the other thing was price. So while the pre-sale is going on, all of these are $10 off their normal price. So currently you are looking at $69.99 for the brass, $79.99 for the copper, and $89.99 for the titanium lightweight. I forgot to mention is the titanium lightweight, which means that it is 3AL-2.5V titanium, which means it's a little tougher than your standard titanium, but your normal sticker prices are going to be $79.99 for the brass, $89.99 for the copper, and $99.99 for the titanium. And Urban Survival Gear sells tons of different add-ons and accessories for these pens. There are tip kits for the pens that come in black titanium, mokume, mokutai, and copper that range from $29.99 all the way up to $159.99. But you can also get additional clips. Those range from $14.99 to $119.99 in materials like zircudi, mokutai, and also just standard titanium clips. So those can get pretty expensive, but it is a really great way to make the pen yours. That means that you could turn one of these pens from like a $70, $80 pen into like a $300+ pen. Another thing to mention is, of course, if you wanted that G2 Mini refill, you can get that for it. But also, if you need replacement Torx screws, you can order those as well. There you have it. These are the TiScribe-Mini V2 from Urban Survival Gear. Once more, those are available for pre-order right now. They will ship late September. That is going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful and you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to see more stuff like this in the future, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. If you're interested in doing the pre-order thing for these pens right here, just hit the link down below. It is not an affiliate link, so just purchase them. Do whatever you want. It ends at the end of August, so if you're interested, you might want to do it now because there's only about a week until the end of August. But after that, they will ship at the end of September. Also, if you want to support what I'm doing here, you can go to carry.best and buy gear directly from me, or merch, stickers, shirts. This shirt right here is on there. Just go to carry.best. You can also go to patreon.com/bestdamnedc to support there. But be sure to follow us around the web. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at bestdamnedc. You can find me, Taylor Martin, on Twitter and Instagram at CasperTech. And of course, the guy behind the camera, Jaben Starnes, you can find him at Jaben Starnes. It's all linked down below. But with all of that said, and until next time, carry on. Or rock on like these dudes over here. Did you finally hear them? Yeah, they're playing back there.
They're pretty far that way. Yeah.
I think it's the
playing drums too.
Yeah, dude, they got amp. They're playing rock music.
Dude, I want to go play with them.
All right, well, let's get this out of here and do the pin thing.